What's going on, y'all? So listen. What? Ooh, girl, get your shit together. Anyway, what's going on, y'all? This is Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 5, Episode 15, I believe. Girl, I don't know what the title is. But let me start off right quick. Because I want to address something. What we not going to do is bring that overly... I'm attached to this show. I'ma stand so hard for the show. Cause I ain't really seen that shit in my comments. Like other YouTubers or whatever who review the show who said that, they had some, crazy people that be all up in there. They be going too hard for the show and all that shit. Which I don't understand. I honestly don't understand. You can like who you like. You can like my opinion or you don't like my opinion. Now, everything that I said in my review for last week, I stand by it. I meant it. But what you don't do is get disrespectful towards me in the comments just because you don't believe or not believe, but you don't agree with what I said. And I'm talking literally, because everybody has had, maybe they agree. It was a few people that disagreed. It was a few people that agree. That's fine, okay? That is why we here. I asked for your opinions or whatever. And everybody who had a disagreement, y'all said that shit respectfully, and I respect it. I understood it. Fine, it didn't do nothing to me. But it was one particular person that I've been having issues with. I seen their comments before. And you wonder why you get blocked on shit. Miss Jizz, what is your name? MZGIS or whatever the fuck it is, bitch. If you can't fucking put a comment up on there because bitch you blocked. Because the comment that you left last week, don't ever fucking disrespect me. Don't misgender me just because you feel some type of way over bitches that don't even fucking know you, bitch. Okay? Wouldn't even say hello to you if they cross the street, bitch. Okay? So don't fucking do that. Don't bring that type of shit over here on this channel because that bullshit is not where it's at. I will block you. I will block you. I won't respond to your ass. I will block you with a fucking quickness, okay? I'm sorry that I had to start it off like that, but that bitch just been giving me issues for a minute, and I've been trying not to block a bitch. I don't like blocking people like that, but it had to be said. It had to be done. But now that I got that out the way, because I'm like, y'all don't know these people. I don't know these people. Who gives a fuck, okay? Their lives are messy, and 9 out of 10, our lives is a little bit better than theirs because we ain't dealing with all of that damn drama and public scrutiny like they are. So why are we going so hard for people that we don't? Girl, anyway, let's get into the episode. Let's get into the lies and the bullshit. And I'm going to say that because I feel like people are lying and they on some bullshit. Now, girl, every time I'm trying to get into something, they want to come through and they just want to wreck my flow. But anyway, so we get up into the episode and Mel is sitting there at the crib, or I should say she laying there on the table at the crib and she getting a little massage, right? And the man, he was just, he a little strong man or whatever. I was seeing the muscles. I said, yes, get that deep tissue, going in there. Baby, I want a massage so bad, but I feel like, they'll have to massage me on my bed or something like that because I be scared or whatever. Like, what if I get up on the table and all of a sudden the legs be like, girl, get the fuck off. I don't want that to happen. I don't want to be embarrassed like that. But you just never know. You just never know. But he was giving it to her. And I said, yes, that looks great. And she was like, oh my God, because the doorbell rang. She was like, listen, I'm up in here getting the massage or whatever. But I forget that I invited Destiny over, not Destiny, but Stormi over to the house. So can you go ahead and open up the door for me? And she was like, she had told him to do that. He said, no problem. He was very polite when he opened up the door because I probably would have been like, I came here to do a job. And that job was not to be your servant. But, he did what he did. You know what I'm saying? He was real nice. He was real polite. Stormi come through. And she was like, listen, she's just going to have to sit here and watch me get a massage. I said, you ain't even going to pay to get her one? Okay. But, hey, it is what it is. I said, now, Mel, how you forget that you was filming with Stormi today? All right, girl. So Stormi come in and all you hear is, oh God, hey girl, how you been? Look at you, your dress is cute. Oh my God. I be like, damn, dude, y'all greet y'all friends like that every time. It's like, how close of a friends are y'all? Because y'all really don't meet up that much, or y'all don't talk on the phone that much. Because every time they greet, I don't know if it's for the cameras or whatever, it just be so overly done. I be like, okay. But anyway, they sitting down, they talking or whatever, and you know, Stormi trying to get the lowdown of everything that happened. How you been? How was the trip? She was like, girl, the trip was good. You know, it was a nice time to let loose. It was a nice time to get back to myself or whatever. And she was like, you know, Martell and them came, and, you know, his mom came. We had our own floor. They had their own floor. And it was all to the good. It was just the drama that happened afterwards that let me know that Martell hasn't changed. Okay, Martell's still the same messy person that he is. And I said, girl, what happened? Stormi was like, yeah, let me know. And we was like, let us know, girl. She said, listen. So all of a sudden, I done found out that, you know, Martell up there telling my business, my medical business, to his baby mama. And I said, what you mean, girl? Okay, apparently she had COVID. And Martell felt the need to tell the side chick baby mama that she had COVID. And I just didn't understand. And I know some people gonna be like, you know, Mel doing too much or whatever, but she found out about the fact that he told her that because she found out on the internet, you know, or somebody must have told her something or whatever, or she saw it on the internet. I don't know what she was looking up, or probably somebody was messing and tagged her in it, whatever. You know how these bloggers and people do all that shit or whatever. They tag people in it and all that shit, making sure that you see, you know, or people just tag you on tweets or whatever. I don't know how she stumbled across it, or she searched it herself. Who knows? But at the end of the day, Martell was wrong. Martell was wrong for telling this lady that his ex-wife had COVID, and it had absolutely nothing to do with her. Because from what I was seeing and what people were saying was, you know, her child wasn't around her during this time. So, and this was after they came from the trip, either before they went to the trip or after they came to the trip. So why is it that you needed to tell her that anything that's going on with Mel? That ain't none of her business. It wasn't none of her business. And I know it's small or whatever. And like Mel said, it's a lot of people that's been out here that had the illness and had people that died. Take that away. I don't care if I got the flu or a little slight cold. You don't have to discuss me with your baby mama. Okay? And so she used that to get mad. Honestly, if you put it on the internet, yeah, I feel heated a little bit. But if it was just a private thing and I found out that you told, I would be like, you know, that's fucked up, but I wouldn't let that shit get to me. And truth be told, I don't feel like Mel should truly let this get to her 100%. But, you know, she gonna use it as a reason why she don't fuck with him. And at the same time, it's like, I thought we was getting better, but it's just showing me that, you know, you still the same messy person. You ain't really, you know, we take one step, two steps forwards, and all of a sudden it's 10 steps backwards, you know? And I was just like, I mean, girl, I understand. Don't tell my business to somebody that I don't fuck with. Okay, give this messy person the ammunition. That's why y'all was together, because y'all both messy. And I know some people, like I said, gonna feel like Mel probably was overreacting, but I understood where she was coming from. I just wish she wouldn't let that shit get to her as much as she let it get to her, and then come around and say in the same breath that, you know, she passed stuff. You're not past stuff, because if you can linger on with it, and, you know, like when Stormi brought up this whole situation about, you know, Martell being with Sheree and all that stuff, and her response was literally this: I mean, I don't feel no type of way about it, because, like, if people ask me how do I feel about her being with Martell and everything, and it's like, this is not the first time that I done seen Martell with other women or whatever. Like, he had a whole baby with another woman or whatever throughout our whole relationship and all that stuff. And I'm sitting here like, technically, that's different. Okay? That's different, because in reality, you claim you didn't really know about that. And then when that came out, that was a whole bunch of messy stuff. But this is Martell trying to move on and date now that he's divorced. I don't know if you've seen him with other women after the divorce, but either way, you know, you make it seem like she's okay with it. Sheree is a cool person, you know what I'm saying? And it's fine. But when I'm hearing her talk about it, you got some type of issue. You feel some type of way. I don't know if it's just me that picked up on that, but you feel some type of way to just put out there and say, well, I just seen him with other women and all this stuff. I mean, every time you bring up the situation of what happened in your past during your relationship, it makes me feel like you say that you removed from it, you over it, but you're not really over it because you have to bring that up and you have to remind us. So when Martell was over there, getting ready for his Inez wine event, Melody was asked by Stormi, was she gonna go? She said, I honestly don't feel like I would be comfortable enough being at somebody's event that's do some stuff like that, that's messy and all this stuff or whatever. And at the end of the day, I truly don't feel like Melody needed to come anyway. Especially if you feel like you're not in a good spot. You don't need to be there. Melody already basically said she wasn't coming when they asked her was she bringing a +1 or was she going to show up at that dinner table. And she said, I'm going to have to check my schedule. I don't know why they felt like she was going to come. But if she do pop up, I'd be surprised. But I'm not going to be mad at her that she don't, because let's bring down the tension. Let's bring down the drama. Even though she's going to be the topic of discussion for a minute. But Martell was getting ready. He had Chris Fletcher out there. He had his cousin Kim, helping get the event together. He said Melnika helped get the things together down there in Atlanta, but he knows the people out here in Huntsville. He knows what he really wants out here in Huntsville. So therefore, he gonna do it the way that he want to do it. He got Chris there. He had Destiny there to get some new eyes on the place or whatever. I said, bitch, Destiny, we ain't seen you in a minute. I forgot you was on the show. Girl, is Lewis and them coming on the show too? Girl, because we forgot about them too. But, stay getting that together. And once again, the topic of conversation is Melody. Is Melody coming? You know what I'm saying? Because of the whole situation. No, it wasn't about that. It was about Sheree. It was like, is Sheree coming or whatever? What's up with you and Sheree? And I just hate when people want to force you to talk about something that you're not ready to talk about. And that's what they're doing with Martell, because it's a person that, they never thought that he would probably be with. It's somebody from a big reality show franchise. And it's like, oh, okay. First of all, it's two messy ass people together. I never really thought about it that way. But y'all know Sheree messy as hell on her show. And he messy as hell on his show. You got two messy ass people together. Baby, the damage that they could cause. If that shit was real. But, it was Destiny that took it upon herself to want to bring up an interview that Mel did about, responding to people asking her questions about him and Sheree being together. And I'm sitting here like, why did you feel the need at this particular moment to bring that up? You didn't have to say nothing. I thought y'all was going to be letting bygones be bygones. Why would you, and my whole thing is, if he needed to know that, he probably would have found out later. But you're at his event. Don't put that on him right there and now. Because I'm the type of person... every fucking time. Anyway, I'm just sitting here like, don't bring that bullshit to somebody's event and fuck up their day. And you already know how your friend is. And I understand you trying to look out for your friend, but what are you looking out for? Because technically speaking, she didn't really say nothing negative, but it came off that way because he's still in a sensitive place. She's still in a sensitive place. She could say, well, basically, I'm okay with him dating her or whatever. I have no problem with whoever he's dating and all that stuff or whatever. But I mean, I didn't see him talking to other people and being with when we was together being with somebody. Melody, when you put that shit up in there, it makes it feel like you not over it, okay? And I'm pretty sure Martell picked up on it. That's why he got upset. And I'm sitting here like, well, Martell, you just gonna have to deal with it at this point. But I truly do agree. If you over it, you don't have to keep on bringing up the fact that he, fucked around and all that shit, because we know, okay? All you have to say next time, Melody, what you should have said was, I'm fine with it. She's a cool girl. What you want me to say? You know what I'm saying? I have no problems with Miss Sheree. I want him to be happy. And if she's making him happy, I am 100% fine with that. Now, Martell was talking about something. I feel like Sheree is a good woman or whatever. She'll be cool around the kids and all that. I said, huh? I said, I right, Martell. Don't be putting this shit out there like that, like y'all gonna last. Are they still together? Because I have heard nothing since, which is fine, but are they still together? I said, girl, truth be told, I feel like Destiny just a messy bitch. We ain't seen you in a minute and you came back being a little messy. Just a little messy, because you ain't had to bring that up and try to throw him off his stumble for a second. I said, girl, you ain't had nothing else to do. All right. So, we get Letitia, okay, and Marcel. They getting ready for the little event. Okay, and Letitia was like, so I'm just about to get ready, I'm about to get ready, and I'm trying to figure out what we gonna wear because I want us to come together. So I'm gonna make you figure out what you gonna wear first because I wanna come like, making it look like we an actual couple and not like we doing two individual things. And I was just like, oh, okay, that makes sense. All right, girl, cause listen, bitch, if we gonna come, we gotta coordinate, we gotta fucking style, bitch, we gotta stunt. Cause Marcel gonna say, I gotta figure out what we're gonna wear because this is a Martell event. And the last time Martell did some shit, he done came in there with a fox. What he coming in there today with an ostrich on or some shit? I said, hey, it is what it is. That's his thing. He got to stunt. I ain't even gonna lie. Martell did look nice up in that fake ass fox or whatever the fuck it was. The little white on him, I can give credit where it's due or whatever. But, they get to talking and, he said people was coming up there to black asking him, are they gonna be selling Martell wine or whatever, Inez wine? He said, now listen, I don't know if they was trying to be messy or whatever, but why wouldn't I? That's my boy, okay? And me, Martell's wine and my champagne chocolate, black chocolate or whatever the fuck it is, girl, it ain't no competition. I said, well, one is a wine and one is a champagne, so there's that. And he was like, basically saying his shit is classy, okay? You can drink some wine from Martell when you trying to wind down on a Wednesday. I don't know why that was funny to me, but the shit was, okay? And it was like, this the first time that we gonna be seeing everybody ever since, what happened at Madani. I said, girl, let's not bring up Madani, okay? This, we gotta feel like how everything gonna happen. Girl, she said, what you think gonna happen? You got any expectations? Marcel said, I ain't got no expectations about nothing. All right, because I already know what's going to happen. We going to get there, and then the women and y'all, us going to branch off into our groups, and then the women going to go to their side, and next thing you know, 9 out of 10, y'all probably going to get into it, because that's what y'all do. Letitia said, what you mean? We going to get into it? Girl, because that's what y'all do. What have y'all ever been to an event where y'all ain't got into it? And bitch, the way that the editors came through with all of them receipts and just showed them getting into You know what? The editors on these reality shows are getting so good sometimes because Real Housewives of Atlanta and Real Housewives of Potomac, the way that they will pull those goddamn receipts and throw them things in there, that shit be funny to me. So seeing this, that was funny as hell too. Because I was like, yeah, I mean, y'all do be cutting up a little bit. Y'all do be cutting up a little bit. But, they was like, so you think Mel gonna be there? Because I feel like everybody gonna be there, but you think everybody gonna be there? Like, I think the interview, here go Marcel, I think the interview where, Mel was talking about being unbothered and okay or whatever with the fact that Martell is with somebody else or whatever. Yeah, because Sheree came out and said that they was together. I said, shut up, Letitia. I don't know why Letitia irks me sometimes when she speaks, and it's not that she's unintelligent or anything like that. It's just that, like, it just comes out fake to me. And it comes out, you talking about something everybody made up, Letitia and me, what she said? No, she said Stormi and Destiny, they made up. How you know? Because they said it, you know what I'm saying? Marcel said, so what, everything Gucci? And then it took a second for Letitia get it. She said, oh, like Gucci like the purse. I guess that purse came through and let us say, we'll be cool. You gave me a Gucci purse. I said, you know what? It could have been a thing that what it was. And Destiny could probably lie and say it wasn't. But, it it didn't hurt her that she got a little bag, okay? But anyway, she was like, and me and Mel, we cordial. I said, y'all cordial? I mean, you threw a whole hissy fit that, you know, your man was finna meet up with her. And let's be clear. When she threw that hissy fit, it wasn't more so about the fact she was, because somebody was like, oh, I'd be upset too if you interrupting date day. That's not why she was mad. That is not why she was mad. She was mad probably 15% out of 100% because of that, but the majority of it was because Marceau was meeting up with Mel, and she feel like Marceau got a little thing for Mel. That's just all it is, and that's what I said, and I'm sticking to that shit. Okay, that's why I said, bitch, quit overacting. You know, for somebody that's so secure in their relationship, girl, you was doing a lot. Yeah, your husband disrespected you by not telling you enough time, but still, you was doing a lot. Meanwhile, he brings up the interview or whatever and talking about, he goes on this whole tantrum about, you know, people make it themselves, try to make it like they're unbothered. And you can't go through life saying that you unbothered because, you know, they try to say that as if it's a flex. That's not a flex. Don't you, when people really say that they're unbothered, they're not really unbothered. Like if I say I'm unbothered, it's just that, you know, I'm bothered. I could be bothered or whatever. I just don't feel like saying stuff. I'm just cautious with the things that I put out. That's understandable. But in some cases, because then he goes on in the confessional was like, when people say that they don't care, usually they really do care. Not necessarily all the damn time, Marceau. Maybe the people that's around you, but bitch, when I say I don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck. But if you don't care, you wouldn't say nothing. So I ain't supposed to say nothing in the comments or whatever. I ain't supposed to tell the you know, if I don't care, I can't say nothing nice and be like, you know, that's fine. They can move on. They can do what they gotta do. I can't say that, or I can say, you know, that's good or whatever, or if I comment something that's even positive, that still means that I care, even though I said I don't care. Marceau, stop it. Stop it, okay? Just say when your wife say that she don't care, she really does. And when she say that she's unbothered, she really do. I don't know why I hit her with that bullets, but I just did. Because that's what it feel like it's coming from. Like, the call is coming from inside the house, you know? And then he was like, maybe she kind of feels some type of way. You know, she was more so okay with him, you know, moving on. And she was happy with that when she found out that he was leveling down. But now that he's leveling up, she feels some type of way. And I said, granted, Ariane, I hate that I said her name. That girl was a level down because of the way that she reacted to this whole situation and been carrying herself throughout it or whatever. I don't know what's going on recently, but, you know, during that time where she was doing all the internet shit, yeah, that was a level down, okay? And I'm not going to say that. Why would you say that she was happy that he was leveling down? She wasn't happy when he was quote unquote leveling down. That lady literally was part of the catalyst to fucking break up her relationship. So why would she be happy about that, bitch? Even though she really ain't nothing compared to Mel. Why would she be happy about that? I mean, I get what he's trying to say. You know, trying to say that, you know, he chose somebody better than his baby mother. And I would say yes in a sense, but girl... Compared to the baby mama, I really ain't got nothing negative to say about Sheree. And we can talk about Sheree, some other shit or whatever. You know we can run down her facts. We can run down her facts and be like, girl this, girl that. But compared to the baby mama, Sheree is more his age, more up to, I say, in his age range. Okay, got her shit together for the most part. Besides that flaw ass she by Sheree shit. And she living in her own house. She finally got her shit together. Other than that, maybe. Who knows? But I was sitting here like, she happy that he was leveling down? Not with the bitch that fucked my relationship up completely. No. Y'all love talking about each other, child. For people that don't give a damn about people, y'all be... Because Tisha was all up into it like... I said, oh, okay. All right. So, it's time for the Inez wine event, you know, get together. It was a lot of good looking people there, okay? I love it when black people especially can get together and, you know, we can show off our success and, you know, it be a positive thing. I love that. It was a lot of beautiful black people there. You know, we seen a whole bunch of Martell family. I said, one of Martell uncles looked like he could be one of the Scott's brothers. I said, all right, because I had to rewind it. I said, that's his uncle? Okay. But because he looked like another version of Maurice. But anyway, so he there, of course the women get there and we see Destiny come up there after Tiffany and them. You got Stormi, Stormi, Destiny, and Tiffany and Letitia. They're all there and they're talking. And basically the talk is Mel coming. Okay. I don't know when she gonna come. Like, she should come. I hope she come. I'm like, and it was actually Letitia that brought that up. And I'm like, girl, y'all cordial, right? So why do you care if she come? It's just giving like you're messy. Like you have no business. You don't want to be friends with this person because you said this person says she's your enemy or you her enemy or whatever. But yet, you had a problem with your husband seeing her, but why do you keep bringing her up? It's like you want something to happen. You want her to show up, and that's mainly what it is. They want her to show up to see if something gonna pop off because they hoping that Sheree show up as well. And Sheree is not coming because Martell said they both agree, and I feel like he did the right thing by not inviting Sheree because the attention would be on their relationship instead of the wine and the reason why they're actually there. So that was a smart thing, and at that point, I don't even feel like they were like really, really that far into the relationship to say that we're in a relationship, because when Sheree came out and said that stuff, Martell had came out and kind of like said, not too fast, not so fast on that, okay, girl, we just kicking it, so yeah, that was a good look, but they was concerned about that, and then they was like, Tiffany had brought up the fact that Destiny, well, she was talking to Mel, and Mel had said that Destiny had invited her over there to her shop or whatever when she was doing a little photo shoot, and they talked, and she was like, I was really like, okay, that was a little interesting, that was a little strange, like, are you good or whatever? Baby, if I don't hit no drama, I ain't finna ask nobody if they good or whatever, especially when they already had some issues going through. If Mel told me that they okay, it's whatever, I'm gonna take that word, ain't nothing happening. I said, girl, why you need to know? Why you need to know? Because when Destiny said the shit, excuse me, it's like, y'all sat down, y'all had the little conversation, y'all cool for the most part. And when I say cool, meaning y'all not finna be doing the back and forth no more. When I see you, hey. When you see me, hey. And we go about our day. The way that Destiny responds to any questions about Mel at this point, after that sit down where I thought we ironed out stuff, and even like she said, no, just agree to disagree. You know what I'm saying? It's like she speaks about it in such a negative tone. Like you hear the negativity in her voice, like she just want to be mad. She just want to be bad. Am I the only one to be catching that? And I don't want to call her, it's not aggressive, but it's just like, why are you just giving off that negative energy? Especially when you talk about stuff, and I'm just like, calm it down and just be like, oh yeah, the simple thing. I mean, we're good. We're cordial. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we talked and, we just agreed to disagree on things or whatever. But yeah, for the most part, we are okay. We are okay. We're not friends. We're not hanging out, but we're okay. You see how I said that? That's not with no negativity or nothing. You didn't. You got it. It felt genuine. At least to me, you did. But when Destiny said the shit, she was like, no, we ain't hanging out. I mean, we agreed to disagree, but it is what it is. We cordial. We cordial. And I'm sitting here like, God damn. And she was like, but you know what? Actually, I had an issue with you, Tiffany, when we was at that part, the peace party or whatever, because you're the type of person that likes to bring stuff up and do this and do that, and it's just like making stuff a little bit worse, and it's kind of annoying and all this stuff, and I'm just like, her voice, her tone be combative sometimes. That's what I'm looking for. And I'll just be like, girl, calm me down, calm me down. Tiffany was confused, but I said, when it comes to Tiffany and some of the shit that Destiny says about her, Destiny be 100% correct, so I be on her side about that. Because Tiffany, you was acting like you was dumb and you ain't know that y'all had y'all issues and where it came from or whatever when we was at that peace party. You had amnesia all of a sudden. But there's that. And then you have, Marcel going to talk to Chris Fletcher. Girl, Chris just wants y'all to keep his name out y'all mouth and stop using him as a scapegoat. Okay? The whole situation was, because I guess people was coming at Chris like, are you taking up for Marceau, whatever. No, you wasn't down there in Atlanta in January 4th. You was up there in New York. That's where you was. So he had to post pictures with timestamps, I guess, that showed that he was in Atlanta January 4th with his wife. And see, the issue is, Marceau kind of threw him into all of this shit to use him as a scapegoat to say, I was down in Atlanta, but I wasn't by myself, and, it wasn't no other women that I was with or anything like that. And truth be told, after what Chris said, you proved absolutely nothing. And when they replayed that tape back of him talking to Tisha about it, in the way that he was just pausing his answers and, I was down in Atlanta with a friend, and me and said friend, why didn't you just say Chris? And he even said that. He was like, I could have just went on ahead and said Chris. I didn't have to draw it out. But the reason why I did it that way was because I don't owe nobody nothing. Girl, it ain't nobody that we talking about. You talking to your wife. You ain't talking to us, because truly we don't give a damn, because people already got their minds made up about you. They gonna think what they gonna think. You trying to convince your wife. So don't play games with your wife. And this is the issue that we be having with your ass, okay? Like, come on. And I'm looking at it again. I was like, yeah, it just comes off like you was lying, Marceau, when you was talking to her and trying to tell her that you was down there, just with Chris. Because Chris came out last week and was like, yeah, we kicked it for like 2 hours, and I don't know what the fuck he did for the rest of the day. So I don't know what he could have did. So technically speaking, you really didn't have to bring Chris' name up. Because that ain't no alibi. Yeah, it's the alibi. It's just showing that, yeah, you was down there in Atlanta, but he don't know what the fuck you was doing and who you was with after you was with him. So, I just, if you're going to do your dirt and don't pour nobody else into it. That's all that it is. Martell comes down there. He's about to, Martell, I'm going to tell you this again. You are missing the boat. You pulled out this wine situation. That's cute for your grandmama. But what you should have did is a men's suit line. Tailored suit line. That's what you should have did, okay? So, with your ankles all shiny and showing. Girl, I don't know how I feel when I see the men's out here with the short pants on these days with the no socks. Sometimes I like it and sometimes I don't. It depends on the structure of the person. That's what I feel like it is. But some people can pull it off and some people just can't. That style ain't for everybody. Martell, he did a good job at it. Marceau, I wasn't used to seeing him like that, so I didn't really like it on him, because he came there with the ankles out, no socks situation too. Moving on. So he was getting ready to give his little speech, and he said he'd been working on this for a couple of days, and he don't want no mistake after the whole thing that happened in Atlanta, because he didn't have a speech prepared. Girl, he got up there and started stumbling all over the place. I said, goddamn. And I wasn't even mad at him, because listen, I am not a public speaker, and I probably would have did the same thing. Them nerves get to you, even though you're in a room full of people that you know and that's going to give you love and support, you still going to get nervous. So that's just what happened. No, cuz, see, bitch. Girl, why they had to do this to us, or at least to me, bitch. Now, listen, I thought I was done crying over Kimmy, okay? So, Martell, he go ahead and give his little speech. He made sure to mention Inez. He showed a picture. He mentioned his uncles, her 5 kids, all them. He did the damn thing. He gave us a little Swahili saying, okay? I said, all right, Martell. You put a little thought into this, because you had to go on Google Translation to find a Swahili text. But anyway, he did what he had to do, and of course, the group breaks off. We see Kimmy sitting there, because I forgot to let you know that Kimmy did show up with Maurice, and Jalen was there as well. We haven't really seen Jalen this season besides the episode where Kimmy was telling the family about how chemo went. And she was sitting there with Stormi and her husband and Destiny and Maurice, and she winds up telling them that she found out that she had breast cancer, because Stormi said the last time that she seen her was at the peace party, and she felt like something was going on, and she was wanting to see what was going on. And she let her know, yeah, she found 2 lumps in her breast or whatever. So it's 2 different types of situations that she got going on, cancers. And I said, oh my God. And she was just talking about how sometimes she's feeling good, sometimes she's not, and Stormi was like, I think Destiny said, if you need anything, I'm there for you or whatever. And she was like, That's what all my friends been saying, because they know I'm not the type of person that's going to ask for something or whatever, because if I'm dealing with something, I just go home. And, just her trying to be strong in that moment, because she was like, I don't want to be crying each and every time. She was just trying to deal with it before she put it out there. Understandable. And when Stormi, I don't know, like, girl, I've had it together, right? Because they were showing Marcel talking to Jalen, which I appreciated. I was appreciating the fact that somebody went over there and asked Jalen, how does he feel? And he said, at this moment, I really don't know. He's scared, which is understandable. And he was like, prior to this show and Maurice and his mom getting together or getting married, he had never seen his mama cry. The first time he seen his mama cry was when she got married to Maurice. And the second time he seen his mama cry was on the show, And so to hear that, I think I've only seen my mama cry one time. I seen my mama cry one time. And it was so fucked up. The reason why, my mama had foot surgery, right? So we got flat feet up in my, she had heel spur. And she was getting that fixed. Bitch, she was trying to come up the steps the day after, right after the surgery. And when I tell you, oh my God, my mom was standing out there crying. I said, oh my God. I'm standing there shocked. Like, I ain't never seen my mom cry before, because she was in a lot of pain. But anyway, so I just felt for Jalen. I felt for Jalen. And bitch, when I tell you I was sitting here boo-hooing, and it's not funny, but it was just because you can tell, and you listen to Jalen, like, he's still trying to keep it together. Like, he's trying to keep his emotions intact. He said if he, if he allowed himself to feel what's going on, he wouldn't have been able to come back to black, And it took for Marcel, and you wouldn't even think that Marcel would be the type of person that'll tell you to get in touch with your emotions, just because of the way how we've been seeing him act and work on this show. He's like, it's okay to cry. When he found out that his mama had cancer, he went down there to see his mama, and he went back to the shop and he closed everything down for that time being, so that he can get his emotions intact. He said, if you feel like you got to cry, go ahead and cry. You know what I'm saying? You need to let that stuff out. And I do like the relationship that Marcel and Jalen does have, and just making it a point to say that I'm going to be here for you if you need anything. I know you're not going to say nothing, so I'm going to check up on you and make sure that you're okay. All right? And that is what he needs. Because, he was like, it's sometimes I talk to my mom and she's so happy. And then it's sometimes where I can't get in contact, or I can't get anything out of her. I can't get anything out of Maurice. And he just don't know what to do. And I just felt so bad. I just felt so bad, y'all. That shit broke me down. That shit broke me down because, like I told y'all, the friend that I had that has cancer or whatever, they found a spot on her lung. Mind you, it started off as skin cancer. Now it's traveling, and oh, girl, it's just a lot. So it was just touching, and she just had surgery for that, and she's healing from that. They're trying to see if it's like just a regular thing or cancerous or whatever. It's just a lot. So I just felt that. And I haven't cried about it because this is one of my best friends, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, oh my God, y'all not finna do this to me. I hope Kimmy is okay. I really do. Kimmy, you got this, girl. Baby, I didn't realize how long this review was, but who cares? So, next week is Christmas Eve. So I seen on the commercial prior to the last of this episode that they said that the reunion was coming on New Year's Eve. But then did I get that wrong? Because then when they showed the preview for the reunion, they said next week. So which one is it, bitch? So I guess this is the reunion for what? Season 4, not season 5? Because they ain't even say that this was the goddamn finale. Girl, who cares? We gonna be watching it. We gonna be talking. We gonna discussing it. Bitch, Kiki finna come out there and lay that shit out. And I believe her when she said that she know that Marcel be cheating. Okay, that's what everybody been saying. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. We'll wait on that for next week. But anyway, so Martell said he needs to come over there to Mel house so he could talk to Mel about, their daughter moving up a grade and to get some stuff for the camp or whatever. My whole thing is, why do you need to discuss? I mean, I get it, but isn't it automatic that your daughter or your kid's supposed to move up a grade, or is she moving up a grade in the middle of the school year? Or what was that about? Truth be told, I just feel like he was using an excuse to just, come over and to bother her. That's what it was, you know. Mel came to the door and she had a bag because Mel said she was about to get ready to leave anyway. She had a bag that one of the kids needed for camp or whatever. And he was like, so wait a minute, you ain't gonna let me in? And she said, since when have you ever been in my house? And he was like, come on, don't do that. And she was like, okay. He said, don't play like that. Don't disrespect me. I said, excuse the fuck out of me. He calls her immature and everything and petty. And she closed the door in his face. He go walking down the street to go back in the car, trying to call her. She wouldn't answer the phone. She trying to figure out where he at. And my whole thing is, how dare you, Martell, get upset that this woman won't let you up into her home and you come to her house, not the house that you're paying for, the house that she's paying for, and you get upset because she won't let you into her house? What the fuck we do that at? You don't own her. You can't make her do anything that she does not want to do. And if she don't feel comfortable with you being up in her house, she ain't got to be comfortable and she ain't got to let your ass in. You can't get your way this time, sir. And that's just what it is. See, Martell, he likes to be in control. And now he don't have that control that he used to have over Melody. And he's not used to that. He still got to get used to that. So when Melody's put her foot down and she's showing that, bitch, I'm speaking up against you. I'm not finna back down to you. It's throw him off a little bit and he can't take that shit. So therefore, that's where you get the insults of him calling her immature, calling her petty, and all of this stuff when she's not being immature. She's not being petty. As she said, all this time, since she's been in this home, you have not been in my home, okay? You have not sat down on my furniture and we had a conversation and talk, all right? And he goes, well, whenever you come over to my place or whatever, I let you come up into my house. Haven't I? Haven't I? Just because you decided to let her come in does not mean she needs to let you come in. You get that? That's the decision that you made for yourself. That's the choice that you made for yourself. And the choice that she's making for her is the fact that you don't need to come into her home. Because truth be told, you really don't. And at that moment, what did y'all really have to discuss? Okay, our kids are moving to the upper grade. That's what happens when you pass a class and you go to the upper grade. Send me the goddamn school supply list of what she or he needs, and we will go get that shit, okay? And I will make sure she had a uniform and all that stuff, and that's the end of the discussion. What else do you need to talk about? That ain't nothing that you can come into the house and sit down and talk about, or even stand in my foyer for like a couple of minutes when you can stand outside. Bitch, truth be told, you could have just pulled up, got the bag, and talked about that shit on the phone right then and there since you was calling her. You know, that's what it is. But no, you throw a little hissy fit. And then, you know, Mel tells him, yeah, because he was like, we was caught up in Destin. She was like, see, that's what it was. And that's what we said. Mel made the wrong move at this point by inviting that man to Destin because now he think he can cross all type of boundaries and the boundaries have been laxed or whatever, and you know they're gonna be back to where they were or whatever, and that's just not what it is. Mel said, listen, I ain't even been in this place with him in a long time. I don't even remember how to deal with the shit. I'm so far removed from it. And she had to let him know, yeah, we was cool for a second, but then you telling that bitch the shit about my medical history about me having COVID or whatever. Truth be told, I get where Martell is coming from. I also understand where Mel is coming from. And he's not trying to hear what she's saying. Yes, you could tell the lady, but you should have told me that you're going to tell her first, okay? And then that's what he should have did. That's honestly what he should have did. You know, is it okay for me to tell her this? You know, yeah, because the kid's going to have to isolate or whatever because we don't know if the kid's been around you when you had this or if they might have something or whatever. That's fine. But then you telling the person talking about something, I apologize to you about that, but I'm not going to be held responsible for what somebody else do. Yeah, you are, because like she said, bitch, you know how the fuck that bitch is. You know how fucking immature she is. You talking about Mel being petty, Mel being immature. She runs to the internet to put out there that Mel had COVID. Or whatever the situation was. Because that's how Mel found out that the bitch knew, because she got it off the internet because the girl put it on the internet. And technically speaking, that's a private matter. That is a private matter, you know? And I'm just sitting here like, Mel, Mel, just go back in the house. Throw the bag up in the car and just go back in the house. Because I would not be dealing with shit from him at this moment. And then going to call her basically, he basically slut shamed her. He slut shamed her. And I'm like, He's a typical motherfucker. He's running the same script. Whenever Mel don't do what he say or agree with what he say or whatever, ever since they've been in this whole messed up situation, he reverts back to her. Oh, you got more bodies on me, on you than all this stuff with all the men that you done fucked around with. Which, Martell, you know that's a lie. It's probably been a couple of men that she probably been with, but I'm pretty sure that you the whore of that relationship. You are the whore of that relationship, so let's stop. You are the typical nigga, and we've been seeing this all this week. These men get up in their fucking feelings, and the first thing that they want to do to a woman is to fucking slut shame them when they the true horse. Okay? Like, come on. It's ridiculous at this point. Girl, cut your losses. Cut your losses. And then gonna get mad because she said you was just up there talking about something. You just texted me like a couple of days ago or whatever, talking about something. You want to get back with me. You want me to come back. And I believe 100% what Mel said on that. Because I told you when they was down there in Destin's, he was giving that feeling. Girl, don't invite that nigga nowhere else. But anyway, that's Love and Marriage Huntsville. If y'all made it to the end, God bless you. Because I ain't know it was going to be this long. But I see y'all later. Y'all tell me how y'all feel, and I see y'all later. Peace.